everyone, and welcome back to another Star Solo video. And in this video we have a brand new spoiler video, and in this video we have some spoilers on the brand new Barbant horse that's going to be coming out soon, along with personal pastures coming out into the game and some new summer magical horses. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. Okay, we're going to start off with the April 2026 game blog titled Barbant and Passion Week. Hello everyone, my name is Seuss, one of the 3D horse artists here at Star Stable, and I was lucky enough to be able to work on the upcoming Barbant horse. When I was a little kid, I used to go to pony camp in the summer. One time, I was taking my pony back to the pasture for the day. That's when I saw a Barbant for the first time. It was absolutely giant draft horse standing by the pasture gate. It felt like it could crush me with its hooves, that powerful. But he was super calm and gentle, just hanging out waiting for cuddles. The mix of strength and kindness became a big part of the direction of for in-game Barbrants. The Barbrant draft horse from Belgium with a long history as a working horse. In the 1800s and the early 1900s, it was widely used in agriculture, transport, and industry, known for its strength. They served as living engines in agriculture, transport, ports, and mining, true everyday heroes. When machines eventually replaced a lot of their work, the breed became less common. But today, people are still rediscovering just how special these horses are and loving them, especially for driving and recreation. Since the Barbaren is related to the Ardennes, which already is in Star Stable, we need to make sure the two breeds don't feel too similar. We took a good look at the conformations and decided where we need the Barbaren to differ. Okay, so here is how the Barbaren is different from the Ardennes. So as you can see here, they have a less curved neck than the Ardennes. The Barbant has a longer back, and the feathering is going higher up the legs on the Barbants, and then they're stronger and thicker joint muscles. So even though they do look pretty much similar, there are a lot of differences between the Ardennes and Barbant, so they kind of make the breeds, feel different and more special. Also, their mane styles are completely different, which changes the horse's vibes, like 100% in my opinion. Like, just one click of a mane style makes two horses of the same breed look like completely different breeds in my opinion, so that's also a big part of it as well. Our goal was to capture the Barbant while also keeping these keywords in mind: super strong, kind and gentle, hardworking, not lazy or sleepy, a real gentle giant. That became our design mission. Then we have building the 3D model. Next, it was time to bring the Barbant to life in 3D. We focused a lot on the body shape. The Barbant is often considered one of the strongest horse breeds in the world, so we made sure the model had a powerful muscular build and a sense of weight without feeling fat. So here is the size comparisons. So the Neuker is in orange, the Ardennes is in pink back there, the Barbant is in teal, and then the Shire is in green. So I wouldn't say the Barbrant's in the middle of the draft horse kind of category. It's a little up there. It's a little more than halfway in size comparison to the draft horses in game. So, just a little more than halfway. So it's a very decent size. We compared it to other draft horses like the Shire to make sure the Barbant felt unique. Shorter in terms of height than the Shire, but definitely more muscular. Manes, tails, and flushes hair. Since the Barbants were often used for farm work, shorter tails make sense, and we wanted to include a mane style like that. But the breed can also have some real fluffy full manes and tails. A new word was born during the time of our brainstorming meetings when the word fluffy and luscious got mixed. Fluscious. In terms of coats, the Barbant is known for its roan colors, so these must be included. It was really fun to paint these coats, mixing tons of different hair strands to create good balance in hair colors to achieve the roan look. So here are two examples right here. We have a red roan right here, and then we have a nice gray here as well. So as you can see, the feathering goes way farther up, and they are way more muscular than the Ardennes. Also, they have some nice, short manes, and then they can have these nice, I would say medium length. I wouldn't say they're too short. They're kind of in the middle, but they are very fluffy, but medium length. That's what I would describe them as. And they have very big cheekbones, as you can see right there. So I think Star Stable did a great job designing these horses. Definitely going to be buying a few of them. So again, great job on this Star Stable. Then also we have a picture here of a blue roan. The character's currently glitched under the floor for some reason, and I don't really know why. But this is also another coat color that's going to be coming out the Barbant. It's a nice blue roan. Again, I love these roan coat colors. Roans are one of my favorite coat colors in real life as well. So it's good to see we're going to be getting a lot of those with the Barbant. Not good for my star coins though. But again, great job on these coat colors. They're so well mixed and they just look amazing. Great job. Next up, we have some time for some feathering magic. Barbants can have very thick and heavy feathering on their legs. Instead of using a piece of feathering that's fully attached to the leg, as it usually is, we wanted to try something new and make the feathering move more naturally. So I created a bigger, fluffier feathering mesh and handed it to our awesome ridging and animation team. We were able to animate it and give it more movement that reacts to the horse's steps, and the results were pretty awesome if you ask me. Okay, so here's the animation they came up with. I honestly think this looks absolutely amazing. They did a great job, and I like how when the horse's hooves go forward, the feathering kind of flicks up with the movement. So this looks amazing. Great job on this Star Stable, and I like how they're trying to get more in depth with animating the horses and everything. So great job. Then we have the special trick. What is also pretty fun to mention is the special trick for this horse. Again, we wanted to show off how gentle and kind this horse is, so the animators created the super fun yoga pose that you can do as a player on the Barbant. So let's watch this little video real quick. Okay, so there are two things I want to mention about this little tiny spoiler post right here. The first thing I want to mention is look at that size comparison from the person to the horse. Like the normal character player in this game, their legs barely reach to the stomach, and that is just crazy for how big and drafty these horses are. I also wanted to mention that we also have another coat color spoiled here. We have a very nice bay. Again, I love this so much. I always love when the bay has black featherings and black mane and tails. I feel like the black and the brown just mix together perfectly. So yeah, again, love this coat color Star Stable. Great job with designing it. And then I want to talk about the special move. I don't really know if I like it or not. I feel like it looks kind of weird how you just like jump up on the horse and start doing a yoga pose. I mean, I guess it is a fantasy horse game, so it's fine. But again, I just don't know what to think about it. In terms of animation, it does look good again, but I just don't know. And then I also have two more quick things to share with you guys that was not on the blog post. We have right here the description for the Barbaren as well. So it says the ground begins to rumble. Is it an earthquake or a dinosaur coming over the hill? No, silly, it's the Barbaren coming straight from central Belgium. This draft horse is a lot of horse, and even a larger package. A shockingly nimble powerhouse with many soft spots for its rider. Calling it a gentle giant may be undermining the Barbant, but this horse has kindness like no other. Its supreme trait also helps the Barbant stay calm in stressful situations, putting the rider's safety above anything else. Paired with its agility, the Barbant makes it trustworthy horse on unfamiliar trail rides. In Jorvik, the Barbant complements a wide variety of people, from plying fields alongside farmers to pulling timber with lodgers, to showcasing their agility on the trails or in dressage arenas. So that is the description for the Barbant. And then next up, we have a special gate that's also going to be coming out the Barbant. So the special move is yoga, and the special gate is going to be this thing called Thunder Trot. I have no idea what this could mean. It could be like the Icelandic toll gate, but instead of like doing like high knees, the horse like slams its hoof down and stuff like that, and it makes like rumbling sound effects, maybe. I don't really know. That's a little theory I have, but there's many places Star Stable could go with this Thunder Trot. So yeah, I'll just see where they take it. And here's a little packaging label for the horse. So this horse is going to be sold at Jorvik Stables. It is going to be coming on May 20th. So that is in 19 days or like 2.5 weeks. So it's actually not that far away. Okay, without further ado, that's all the information I have for you about the Barbant horse. Now we're going to be moving into Star Stable's Passion Week, and this includes possibly Pastures in Star Stable this year. So let's get into this. Hello again, Stacy here, Game Director for Star Stable Online. Now that our adventures into the mysteries of Marchagast are almost wrapped up, it's time to tell you more about another topic, Passion Week. Each year at Star Stable, we run two Passion Weeks, one in the first half of the year and one in the second. The aim of these weeks is for the team to have an opportunity to work on their ideas outside of their usual projects. We strongly believe this encourages collaboration and creativity and gives the team a break from their regular workflow. During these weeks, we also have a ton of fun things going around the office. We invite special guest speakers, usually from other game studios, to share their areas of expertise so we can learn and build connections. There's breakfast in the kitchen every morning, and a special after work event is planned at the end of the week. Time is spent after hours either at the office or at another location where the team can hang out and socialize to wrap up the week. The Passion Week team, which is a group of volunteers who plan these weeks in addition to their usual work, even schedule fun activities throughout the week. My favorite activity was when they hid tiny horses throughout the office, and if you found one, you got a lunch gift card. But of course, the headline of the week is the passion projects. We have seen the manner of projects worked on during these times. While the goal is not necessarily to create something that'll end up in Star Stable, we've gotten some cool additions to the game through Passion Week, and I might give you a sneak peek into things to come. At the end of the week, projects are presented to the entire team so we can see what everyone created during their passion time. One week is often not enough to fully complete a project, so even if something awesome is created, there's usually additional work needed to make it release ready. One of our largest examples of this is photo mode. This started as a passion project, and I think it had to be one of the biggest impacts on the game experience. So yes, the photo mode that we all basically use every day actually started out as a Passion Week project. So this just shows how these 2 weeks of the year can impact the game so greatly. So some of our artists like to work on new items and pets. You might recognize these fluffy kittens and the Baroness's clothing collection. So these two kittens right here actually also started out as a Passion Week project, and now they're in game, and honestly one of my favorite cat colors in the whole entire game. And also the Baroness's outfit. This also started as a Passion Week project and is also, again, one of my favorite outfits in the game as well. It is very well detailed and they just did a great job designing it. Other projects might be presented without a clear use case. This is what happened with the bounty horses and the character you know as Mick Horse. They were created during a previous Passion Week and wasn't until our Equestrian Festival project team saw an opportunity that made their way to Jorvik. So yes, Mick Horse and Piazzi Pony, the Bounty Horse Pet, the Bounty Horse Race, it all started off as a Passion Week project, and now it's basically the best part of the Equestrian Festival, so again, it just shows how much this can impact the game. While some work is not player facing, including improvements to performance, maintenance to different areas of the game, and internal tools for our team, etc., we can give you a sneak peek at some of the recent passion projects that might end up coming your way. During our last Passion Week, one of our gameplay programmers started to work on adding two new features to the global store, Favorites and Search. Both of these features are currently in development to be finalized for an undetermined upcoming release. So here's a picture of that. If Star Stable adds this, I will cry or something because I am always looking for club outfits in Global Store and I can never find them. It's under blue and there's 50,000 blue shirts you have to look for. So if you have to search, because clubs always give you the name of stuff and the clothing items you're looking for, you can just put it in the search bar and it just shows up right there. So that is so helpful. Also, favoriting items. This is an easy way to make a wish list. So instead of going on Canva, writing the item name down, what color it's on, how far through the global list it is, or where it is on the map, you can just go into Global Store, click favorite, and it'll show up in a favorites bar. So this will make everything just so much easier. So you don't need to go searching through the whole entire Global Store. So I am super happy this is coming our way. Great job, whoever decided this was a good Passion Week project, because it's an amazing Passion Week project. So yeah, again, here's a photo of it. So there's a little search bar. Then you can click a heart on it if you want to favorite it. In addition, two of our environment artists conducted tests on a very exciting project, Personal pastures. We have long known that players would love personal and customizational space in their home stable to play with and pasture their horses. Their tests show that this might just be more achievable than we expected, so we've kicked off a start of this adventure to hopefully bring it to you. Well, we have a time frame we're aiming for, but it seems too early to share. I don't want to jinx it. Please keep in mind we are still in the early investigation and everything could change. So here is a little tiny example picture they showed us. And this is amazing. We're not just getting like one pasture to store our horses in. Like we are getting in this picture 5 pastures just in this picture. There could be more behind us as well. So maybe there could be like when you enter your stable, there's like a button on the side. And if you click the button, it teleports you to your pastures. And as you can see here, we have run-in sheds over here. And then over here we have nice little stall areas. Okay, so based off of that, there's 5 pastures. That would probably mean that there's going to be a horse limit per pasture. So a pasture like this would only fit, I don't know, 3 horses. A pasture like this would only fit, I don't know, like 5 to 6 horses. So they're probably going to put a limit as there's multiple pastures, and the rest would just have to stay in your home stable until you want to alternate it. A really cool feature that Star Stable could do would be like set nighttime and daytime turnout. So you can put like, I don't know, 10 horses in the queue to go in pastures once it hits like 6 p.m. server time. And then 6 a.m. server time, they rotate them back to the horses that were in that morning. I feel like that could be like a cool role play kind of thing that you could do. And then there's also stalls over here. So guessing like you can invite players to your home stable. Maybe you could also invite players to your pasture and they could bring their horses there and you could do a nice little role play here. So there's no one in the way because I know people use like the Silverglade Manor and everything like that for role plays, but there's always people running through and stuff. But if you do it here, there'll be no one running through because it's your personal like RP space or pasture space. So if Star Stable adds this, I will be super happy. And whoever made this, again, great Passion Week choice because I just cannot wait for this. While I've only showcased a few projects here, there are dozens produced every year. Some may never make it to the game because they're not the right fit, but giving the team time to flex their creative muscles always brings a little bit of joy to our regular work. Thank you for taking the time to read. I hope you're just as excited as I am for upcoming Passion Week in May. So maybe the May game blog will show us some stuff that people made in the May Passion Week, so we could see some more stuff that might be coming into the game soon. But that is the April blog for 2026. But now that we've done that, I have some spoilers on some new summer horses that's going to be coming out with this Summer Days Festival. So let's look into that. So we're going to be getting a Black Forest Magic Summer Water breed. So this is obviously going to be a Black Forest horse, and it's going to have some, water beach theme to it. And then we're also going to be getting a Corello Magic Summer Sand breed. So this is going to be a Corello, of course, and it's going to have, like a beach theme. So I'm guessing the Black Forest horse is going to be like the water, and then the Corella is going to be like the sand. So they're like a matching pair. So that'll be very cool. And the Black Forest horse's name is Pegalos, and the Corello Magic horse's name is Perla. And here's the description. The description's kind of like a 2-for-1. So this is the description for both of the horses. So it is when the summer shines its warmest rays upon the waves, colliding with Forpinta Beach, 2 horses emerge from the depths. The beach seems to spring to life as the sand settles into the blowing dunes across the horses' backs. Pearls and seashells are scattered over her glittering coat. They shimmer as the light passes across their surface. She goes by the name Perla, and when Jorvik hustle and bustle calls, she transforms into a playful and curious Corello. Regulus brings the waves with him as he steps up onto the beach. The sun rays reflect beyond his skin, casting ripples of light inside his very barrel. When Perla wants to investigate further into Jorvik's inland, Pegasus will disguise himself as a black forest horse to make sure he doesn't get into any trouble. So I think this is a very cool summer pair that's going to be coming out with this summer festival. This is definitely like the vibes for summer horses I've been waiting for a while. every single summer update, I always suggest in my my predictions for the summer festival video, I always predict and always want a beach themed horse breed. And now we're finally gonna get it. One for the water, one for the sand. It'll be a nice pair. The sand horse is gonna have, some nice seashells and pearls on it. And then the water one's gonna have, some nice waves. They might even add like a dolphin picture as well. I feel like that would be cool. But again, like I always say, there's many possibilities Star Stable could go with these two horses. So just can't wait to see where they decide to take it. Anyway, those are all the spoilers I have for you guys today. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye, guys.